Hello to my classmates from Raytown High School, class of 1973. My name is Dan Blevins. In school, I played bass clarinet in the concert band all 3 years and ran track our senior year. Otherwise, I was a spectator in a lot of the activities that went on around school. I have so many wonderful memories from high school and very few negative memories. Raytown High School in general was a great time for me. Things that really stand out: our graduation night with all of us in our blue and white caps and gowns, lined up in the hallways at the RLDS auditorium waiting to march in. I remember feeling a sense of excitement for that moment and for the future, but also as I watched classmates milling about, I had a nostalgic awareness or sadness almost that I was seeing many of the people I'd grown up with for the last time. And it was indeed the last evening I ever saw many old friends. I remember having fun at all the football and basketball games, band trips, and other school activities, and the time spent with so many good friends. Regarding things that impacted me from high school, during our sophomore year, I worked 48 hours a week outside of school, throwing the Kansas City Times in the morning and the Kansas City Star in the afternoons. The newspaper truck would pick me up at my house at 1:45 a.m. every morning and drop me off back at my house around 6:30 a.m. with enough time to shower and get to school. I had to walk at that time because I was too close to get a bus pass. At 2:45 p.m. when the last bell rang, the paper truck would be waiting for me in front of the school on Blue Ridge Boulevard, and we would throw the afternoon papers, and then I would get home around 6:30 p.m. The point of all this is that I remember being so exhausted at school every afternoon, but sometimes out of challenging times, nice things can happen. I had Mrs. Barlow for sophomore English for fifth hour, and my drowsiness and lack of attention in her class must have caused her some concern. When she found out about my work schedule, there were a couple of times when she took me to the teacher's lounge to a lost and found storage area that was connected to the lounge and let me take short naps on some of the unclaimed coats and jackets that were piled there. I've always appreciated the fact that she had that much concern for my well-being, and I hope that that has had a positive effect on how I now have treated people during my lifetime. After high school, I meandered through life for several years, and in 1984, I finally received a bachelor's degree in chemistry from UMKC. I worked as a lab chemist for a couple of years before transitioning to information technology, eventually specializing in cybersecurity, where I've been for most of my career. I'm still working and plan to work a couple more years as long as my health is good and as long as I continue to enjoy my work. I grew up in a house at 59th and Harris, right behind Raytown Junior High School and Raytown High School. My wife Carol and I bought the house I grew up in from my mom when she retired. When our 3 kids were in grade school and kindergarten, we moved to a house in the Raytown South District, so all 3 of our kids graduated from Raytown South. Carol and I have 3 children and now 5 grandchildren, and they are the greatest thing in my life. Thanks, take care.